Welcome to episode 22 of the Utility Players Podcast. Hope you guys had a safe, fun, happy 4th of July weekend. You guys do anything, guys?
No JPP over here. Got all of them.
Put your 10 fingers up.
JPP.
All 10 of them.
Yep.
Which is unfortunate that somebody did pass away, an NHL player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't read the whole story, but did he like get hit in the chest with a firework?
I think he fell running away from a lit firework and he hit his head. That's what came out, or at least
Damn.
Damn.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, my weekend was good. Just kind of chill, relaxing, and then on 4th of July, hung out with the in-laws for a bit. Pool day, so I was smoked. It's hot up here, so out in that pool all day. It was rough.
No humidity though, right? So it's probably better down here.
No, it was dry.
No humidity.
Heat. It was dry heat this weekend.
Oh yeah, it was dry heat, but we got humidity up here.
Yeah.
Not like Florida humidity.
Yeah,
It's not like Florida humidity, but it's here.
Terrible.
It's not that wet.
Hey, speaking of wet, Jennifer Lopez.
No, my 4th of July weekend was fun. Kind of what Ben did, I had a little grill, had some churrasco, some chicken.
Ooh.
Carlos Carrasco.
Some rice and beans, a little Casamigos with some lemonade.
What's
solid.
the Casamigos?
It's tequila. It's the tequila.
Oh, yeah.
Probably alcohol.
Wow.
I'm dumb.
So everyone is drinking.
Yeah, that came up quick.
Yeah.
Right? Is that the one that George Clooney?
He just sold it for like $2 billion.
Yeah, that's the one he sold. He did own it.
Yeah.
Okay. Because everybody, The Rock's got a tequila now.
Yeah, I was gonna get that one.
Masvidal,
It's
right?
good.
Yeah, Ben likes the Rocks.
Yeah, the Rock one, like
I
no
tried
joke,
that
it's
too.
good. It's good
During
shit.
the holidays, I tried that as well.
Yeah.
I went ham ski on the grill this weekend. I'll stay humble though.
Why?
I'm just gonna stay humble about it. Just went to my cousin's.
Come on, bro.
Had one last pool day before they sell the mansion, before they walk out.
Mhm.
The time where you don't have to stay humble, you got a voice that everybody has to listen to.
Yeah, well, I put a little chicken kebabs, little cheeseburgers, little brats,
Cheeseburgers.
little sausage. Because did you know that you can't spell sausage without USA?
Sauce.
I had 2 or 3 fake sausages this weekend.
It's the most American shit ever, right?
No. I
Fake
guess
sausages.
I guess I'm just a bitch.
Oh, I give you me now. I was like, wait a minute.
He's thinking about it. He's like, wait a minute.
I was like, wait a minute. What the fuck's a fake sausage? For a second, I thought it was a new word for something.
Yeah, vegan sausage, got a
Dildo?
bunch of great stuff in it.
Oh,
A joint.
I don't know where we're going with this.
While we're doing this intro, we won't jump
This
into
is an intro?
Yeah, but Giannis is playing game 1.
He
That
is.
probably changes the poll that we put out today that said who's going to win Suns overall or Bucks. And I think last time I checked, it was like 70-30, 75-25.
Suns and 6.
Yeah.
Giannis
Okay, that
had
guy.
some big sausages.
Yeah, he hyperextended his knee. Didn't look good. No structural
Didn't look
damage.
good at all.
But getting him back out, he's not 100% at
Yeah.
all.
No.
I said to Ford right before we started, I think
No way.
game 1 should have sat and then
Yeah.
at least be available for the next 6 games, because if he's at anything less than 70%, 80%, probably shouldn't be out there.
Yeah, and it'd
No.
definitely be bad if he shat before game 1 too.
He's
Yeah, I
chatting.
would.
Hopefully he doesn't.
Because-
Well, first of all, hopefully he did, but
Yeah.
not sharded or shatted.
Yeah, I do like
That's
to poop
interesting
before I
because
play.
I don't think we've ever got a good shat or sharded story in professional sports, and I feel like we need
Oh.
that. 'Cause
Wait,
for
who
sure.
was-
Wasn't it Paul Pierce that he was doing all his antics to go take a shit?
Oh yeah, the knee where
I
it
know.
came out of the
Yeah, I know.
wheelchair.
Lamar Jackson said he had to go take a poop.
Yeah.
Lamar. Yeah.
That was
The
first.
funniest
I
thing
was
was
Buffers.
Dylan Bundy a few weeks ago throwing up against the Yankees.
Oh
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah, throwing up on the field. That's the next
was
closest
gross.
thing, right?
Yeah.
Out of that hole.
Speaking of throwing up, the Cubs haven't won a game since World War II.
Yikes.
Apparently,
Too soon.
10 straight losses, bro. 10 straight losses.
How does it
The
feel?
Yankees are on their way, or
They
done that
look,
already?
I know I was riding high for 3 weeks, but they fucking suck.
Chris Bryant,
they,
send him on over.
They can't hit. They can't pitch. I've moved on. I don't even want to talk about them anymore.
2 episodes ago, you were saying a different
Yep.
tune, but like that's why I'm laughing right now because I remember I was like,
This
like,
is
Cubs are back. Here we go. All this, and then
this is what I hate about baseball season because there's one or two teams that straight all year just dominate, right, every year, and then the rest of the teams are like up and down, and it's so
Yeah.
long that you ride with them. You're like, oh, this is gonna be it. Then we lose 10 straight games. You're like, fuck baseball.
the summer's
Football's almost
over.
here. Yeah.
That's it. Where the Chicago Bears playing their first preseason game? Like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Football comes.
Hey,
soon.
after losing a series to the Mets, Ray, what's next for the Yankees?
Selling our whole team, basically,
Yeah.
except for three to five players. Everybody can go, except for
Do you
3 to
trade
5
Judge?
players. Nah, that's
Yes.
still one I don't touch.
He's your only
Why not?
valuable piece.
Why not?
He is, but there are younger guys that their careers aren't written yet that they could be trade value. I think Frazier still has value.
He's
You
hurt.
have Gio Urshela. He just got hurt. He's got vertigo for the last 3 years. So
Yo,
that's
I have
probably
vertigo. That shit is serious.
That's probably the only thing that truly hurts his. I don't know the severity of it, but we got some pieces. But the Mets are the better team in baseball. Baseball in New York right now. So
Man.
Ew, the
Is it
Mets.
safe to say that Garrett Cole uses sticky stuff?
Yes.
yeah, that's
Is it
that we
also
will
safe
get
to
into.
say that nobody gives a shit? Yes.
Exactly.
I mean, he might give a shit.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, let them
Before-
use whatever they want.
Before the sticky
Who
stuff
cares?
rule was enforced, he had a 2.31 ERA, and people were hitting .198 against him. And after, which I think is about 4 or 5 starts now,
Mhm.
could be wrong, but I think it's somewhere around there is what I heard last night. His ERA is 6.46, and people are hitting .288 against him.
Yeah, I mean, I could have told you those stats without reading them, and unfortunately, I did read them the other day, and you just confirmed it again. So now I'm even more pissed off. But before we get, because it's just so upsetting, because it's like, why? Why is our season coming down to sticky stuff, and nobody else's season's coming down to that? It's bullshit. But let's go to the main event of the evening, or the day, evening in Europe, day during our time. Italy over Spain.
The
Great.
Azzurri.
Talk to us.
I have a couple questions too.
Well, I'll give you a brief summary. Hell of a game, hell of a 90 minutes, I thought. Both teams had their runs. I was really, for Italy, it's those first 10 minutes. It's, are we going to come out sloppy? Are we going to be more controlled? If we come out sloppy, is that team going to take advantage of that? I think if they would have scored in the first 10 minutes, it's looking a lot different for us. That goes for the first 10 minutes of the first half and halftime, after halftime. I mean, the Chiesa goal, absolutely fucking beautiful. R1 and circle. Top right bins. I was pumped, screaming. Not sure if Mandy was in a meeting or not, but I was yelling, "Fuck yes, let's go!" About 1,000 times. And after we scored, we just went. We committed to winning that game 1-0, and it almost screwed us over. We almost lost because of that.
Yeah,
The boys pulled it together. Would have loved to have Insigne in there. Would have loved to have Verratti in there, but those boys just gave so much. They were smoked. Barella was out there dead for 20 minutes, and I was like, I spoke to Mo after, and Mo was like, we should have took him out earlier. So, hey, extra time. I was sweating. I was nervous. Laying under 4 pillows and a blanket, watching the game. PKs, such a coin flip. Shout out Gigi winning the coin flip for the goal side and us going first. That's just what a captain does in that moment. And hey, Bonucci class with his penalty. And I mean Jorginho at the end, just freezing Unai Simon, the Spain goalkeeper. So hey, big win. For entertainment purposes, I'm hoping we get England on Sunday. That's my guy BG. But we'll see what happens, man. I'm excited.
What was your questions, Ben?
What happens at the end of that match for penalty kicks if it's still a tie? They just keep kicking?
Yep. So it
Because they
becomes
kick-
like I guess it's like best out of 5 almost, to a sense, or who makes the most out of the first 5, and then you just keep going.
Until,
So
yeah, 'cause
first
you
person
have to
goes.
have
If they
you have
miss,
to
you
have
got
a
to make
winner.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why this penalty kick, and Ford just got to my house right before the penalty kick started.
He
So
was texting me like, "Hurry your ass
yeah,
up."
he was at Publix, and I was confused. Well, I'm always confused at soccer rules because they always add little things every so often. So I confirmed with Ford. I was like, wait, after Italy makes this one, they win, right? Because that's out of
Yeah.
5. They had already missed 2, and then Italy only.
They would have been up 4.
I
Yeah.
always like to ask
Yeah.
whoever I'm with, like, is it just to confirm? Because aggregate's a thing that's not going to be a thing anymore next year. So
Yeah.
you got to
What's
keep
that?
up with soccer's rules when you watch
Aggregate.
it. I mean, you can explain.
Aggregate is like, okay, so say I'm playing you, right? And the first game we play at my house and you win 2-1. So you're up 2-1 in the series. It's almost like a 2-game series. Well, it is a 2-game series. You're up 2-1, but you scored 2 away goals. So even if I beat you 1-0 at your house, you still have more away goals than me.
Because the away goal's way more. So if it's tied, the away goal is the tiebreaker, essentially.
So if I beat you 1-0 the next game and we're tied 2-2 for the series, you had 2 away goals, so you win.
So they're getting rid of that rule next year?
Yeah, they're
Yes.
getting rid of that.
Yeah,
Which I
could
like.
see.
around for,
I was gonna say, yeah.
Because
even
even like the
Give it-
early stages
give
of
it
these
that rule.
tournaments, the aggregates in some games, because top teams are playing low teams, is like
Yeah.
fucking 9-1, 11-2, and we don't need to do that.
Yeah. It's
So
kind of a dumb rule. in my
I like
opinion.
that rule. I do.
you like
but,
the
I mean-
aggregate rule, or you like them getting rid of it rule?
No, I like them getting rid of it.
Really? Yeah. I mean, I'm new to soccer. I've only been watching it 6 years, probably understanding it for about 5. So the aggregate.
I believe it's only for major competitions as well.
not get used to it. Yeah, not get used to as the rule, but just get comfortable looking at a score and knowing right away.
I will say for penalties, real quick, an easy way to look at it is it's to begin, each team's getting 5 kicks. Whoever makes the most out of those 5 kicks wins. So obviously, if you
Yeah.
miss 2 and I'm on my 4th one and I make that, you're not getting 4. You're just running out of opportunities.
Yeah, I get that, but it's like if you have 5, all of them make 5, then you just reload another
Then
5.
then it goes to the 6th round, and if I make it first, you got a match. If I miss it and you make it, you win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, there's not been that situation since. I mean, I probably know
it's been a few years.
10
Yeah.
shots each, so 20 altogether. Rare.
I hope England wins.
Me too.
I think
Win it
that's
all.
what everybody wants.
Win it all, or
Hey.
just get it at least to the final.
No, just get to the final.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
that's
Yeah,
all right.
Oh, okay. I take that back.
Yeah.
yeah, that's why I was. That's why I had that.
No, I hope they just get to the final, and then you
Okay.
got England, Italy, final, which I think would be pretty
Need it.
lit.
Yeah, that'd be great for everybody. Everybody got a little bit
Be a hell of a sports weekend.
in the game.
Yep, for sure.
Do we still not have a soccer pick from you? Season's coming up next month. I'm just checking with you every week. Now that we're on
I
the
have selected.
I've been sworn to secrecy.
But I
Was this that announcement that you
Oh,
said?
that's what you said in
no,
the group.
yeah, yep. But I want to reveal it. I want to reveal where I'll be taking my talents next year.
High talented
so,
free. Ben,
On the show, I'd like to do I'm going to choose live for the fans out there who I'm picking. So I've placed an order to a couple hats. I know what many are thinking is, what will you do with the hats you don't choose? I will give those away to some lucky fans of those teams. Or I'll give them to a homeless guy downtown. I don't know.
You'll
Yeah,
Either
you
one.
should sign them. You should sign them.
100%.
I should sign them.
Auction them off.
I love
And
that.
then I will reveal my soccer team choice and who I will support as soon as those things arrive in the mail.
Yeah, I only know because I'm family, and you know how the family goes to like the national signing day outings. Like,
Yeah.
he told me before.
Yeah.
I'll be wearing some attire.
Yeah.
I might get a hat
So
too.
we'll communicate with Elliot often once they arrive, so then we know. I'm barring any new mail hiccups. I'm hoping they're there by the end of this week, so next week.
Now,
I did choose the MLS team, and that I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but they suck really bad.
I told you that.
Yeah.
More than the Cubs. Yeah.
Not nuts right now. Nobody sucks worse than the Cubs right now. Yeah.
It's that close.
now that you said that about signing day, you remember when I forget who it was. He had his whole
man.
His mom just got up and left.
Yep. Because didn't he choose? Wasn't it like an Alabama Auburn thing?
Something like that,
Did
yeah.
she I think she went to Auburn and he chose Alabama. I think something like that. I remember.
So,
Yeah.
Sam was
Remember
definitely.
that.
She was like,
Dang.
and just got
I
up
just
and-
saw some breaking news
Uh-oh.
straight out of Japan.
What?
Daisuke
Answer me.
Matsuzaka has decided to retire after the season.
I think you're gonna say he died.
Yeah,
No.
I haven't heard.
It's like, why would he be relevant?
Former
right?
Met.
I'm trying to
Show
think
some
like
respect.
all the news he has is that
I'm just gonna throw it out there. I'm not sure that qualifies as breaking news. So I just don't.
what alert
it
did you
is.
get there on? ESPN
Yeah.
Japan?
It's
I
got to
was
be a
just
Mets
scrolling
alert.
on Twitter. No, you know Kim Jones?
I
Kim
think you got
Jones, the Giants reporter.
Oh yeah,
She does Giants and Jets. She liked it or something. It popped up on my timeline.
Is that a wrap on Euro 2020, the final? Obviously, we would agree the Denmark story would be great. Has Eriksson cardiac arrest, came back to life on the field, playing for him. But if
They
we're
invited
being
him.
honest, we want a cooler matchup and something that we could watch great teams going at it. All
For
agree?
sure. Yeah.
I like it, especially. I mean, I've seen the Euros before, but this has been my first year like really watching.
Yeah.
I want to see the powerhouse countries.
Yeah, why not? Yep.
You
You can pick from a lot of those too.
Let's-
Because a lot of those
yeah.
players play on
Hey,
all three.
That-
four
I've been
top-
paying super attention to the Euros and who plays for who. So
Argentina, Colombia
job.
tonight, too.
it's true. Yeah, I don't understand that portion of it. Why is there
Why?
why is Copa going on at the same time the Euros going on? And you
Just
have
Copa
like
for you.
Messi and Neymar all playing in that.
The
That's
tournaments.
Copa for you, bro.
Yeah.
They were
Well,
going to
it's
cancel the whole entire tournament because of COVID.
But the
It
Brazilian
doesn't make any sense.
wanted to have it
Yeah.
because it's all profit. So he's risking his people's lives, even though I think their death total was up more than a lot of countries, and they were just like, "Fuck it, do it for the money." And they had the option of declining it, I think, or moving it, and they wanted it. I seen that on John Oliver.
Plus,
'cause it's
Brazil's
just weird.
probably gonna win.
Because I've been paying attention and researching more, and I'm like, why the fuck are they both going on right now?
Yeah, I'm telling you, now that you're now into soccer more than ever, and hopefully it'll grow, you'll realize a lot of soccer is going on at all times of the year. I'm telling you,
Mhm.
like they're the
Yeah.
only club league that plays like I don't know, like at obscure times. Like Russia League starts at another time, and because it's all, I mean, it's a global
Yeah.
sport, but it couldn't feel with the way that social media and you could find games now. It feels like its own league. The whole
I will
world.
say that they're at two different. They're played at two different times.
Yeah.
So like,
What
you
do
can
you
tune
mean?
into you can watch the Euros this afternoon, and then tonight Copa America will be on.
Because they're an
Wait a minute.
hour ahead
Oh,
or
oh, oh.
behind, and Europe is at 6 hours ahead.
So this is gonna be a dumb question, guys.
Uh-huh.
So are the Euros only European teams?
Yes.
Yes, and then Copa America
why
is
is-
like
Why is Portugal?
South
in there?
America, Central and South America.
Portugal's in Europe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Let me see
I
that.
know, dude. No, let me see that map real quick. Go
Yeah.
it is.
in that closet. Grab me
Where?
that map. Let me.
Spain is in Europe. Isn't
it's
Portugal
funny 'cause-
by Spain?
Yeah, I know Spain is in Europe.
Yeah, but isn't
Oh yeah, you're
Portugal
right.
by Spain?
You're,
Pull
damn.
the map.
Yeah,
Ben,
you're right.
I'm telling
Uh-huh.
you, over the
Yeah.
last 10 years, I've
Yeah.
thought what you thought. Like Portugal to me right away because Brazilian, Portugal, like how they're on same thing, bro.
Right.
I've
They
It's
don't
never
even
like
had
it's like us
Spanish.
in the English. It's
The
like
only
us in the
reason why I
English
know
though.
this is because of soccer. I remember it because of soccer.
Map time.
Yeah, it's like America and
Yeah.
England. Same thing.
That's why I need a damn globe in here. I've been wanting one of those globes you can spin, like the old time ones.
Alexa, order me a map.
Yeah.
Map.
Hey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
hey.
All
All
right.
right, wrap up soccer.
Forza Azori though.
Yes, sir. Love the Blues. Shout out Vito. He's got like 10 months
Fuck
of
Vito.
weekend.
Fuck you.
Let's the match golf. Any, I have a recording.
Yes, sir. I'm watching it right now. Rogers and DeChambeau are up 1 after 10.
Ooh, that's a live update.
What's up?
I haven't watched
This match
it. I
is
just
going longer
looked
than
at the
playing a round of
course.
18 with Ramon.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't watched it, but the course is beautiful. I'm like,
Oh yeah,
man,
Montana, right?
why don't we
Montana.
move there? Dude,
Montana.
Montana.
do the Kanye thing, buy a bunch of land and just build this giant compound out there.
Bro, you wanna dream for a minute after we end this episode? Google just like Montana resorts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Wyoming.
Big sky.
It's better than any beach. I don't care. Like people like love the beach, love the ocean, all that. That's great, but not a lot of people get to experience that side of of life.
Yeah, this guy back here I know, he does like a bunch of photography and videos and all that stuff for the city, but he just quit. Him and his girlfriend, he just sold his house and bought this camper, and they just took off for the next year.
Bought a camera.
And they took off for the next year, and then they're driving to the west, and they're gonna tour around Wyoming, Montana, Idaho,
love it.
Nevada, California.
You're gonna drive west and do
Yeah.
That's life goals right there.
dude,
Yeah,
that's
'cause
for
we went-
like
He had a store in Valley Junction, Nick, and Emily and I went in there because he was like discounting all his art, and we bought something, and I asked him, what is your
Still-
plan? He's like, we really don't have a plan. We're just gonna go out and just live.
That's how you
That
do it right
happens.
there.
does he have kids?
No, and he's
That helps.
He's-
Obviously,
he's-
like 90% of the equation.
he's also very well off. So
Nice. And how old is he? I'm
he's like almost
putting
under
it all
40.
together in
maybe.
my mind.
Yeah, just a
Wait,
little
are
under,
they
I
still
think he might be
discounting
just
art
40.
pieces?
You can go to his website, Powers
Okay.
Media.
Plug.
Powers Media plug.
Powers Media.
Yeah.
I always
So-
got that. All right, moving on from golf. We'll jump into these NBA Finals. Bucks Suns. We broke the news like 20 minutes ago. Giannis playing game one. He's probably
We broke
not
it,
on.
though.
Hey, someone
We
should
broke
tweet
it.
that from our page right now.
Sources.
Someone should
Trust
tweet.
us.
Someone should tweet at ESPN and said, "We broke the fucking news live today."
That's what most of these reporters do anyway. Sources tell me. No, you just saw
Yeah.
Woj tweet it, and
Sources.
that makes sense.
You
Dude,
can't
You trust me.
count your
Trust
cats
the
as
pod.
sources, Dan.
Trust the pod.
Okay.
Suns are completely healthy. Bucks are a little beaten up. They played some tough series, more tough than the Suns. Obviously, Booker got beat up a little bit in the nose. CP3 was out, but they seem like they are the favorites. Would we agree or disagree with that?
For sure.
Without a doubt, Suns
Under the favorites.
are the favorite. Even if you look at when they played during the season, I think Giannis lit it up, but they still lost to the Suns in those games. I don't know. The Suns are a more complete team. I want the Suns to win, without a doubt. I don't want the Bucks to win. I really don't even want them to win a game.
Thank you. Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough for them if Giannis isn't 100%. I mean, we've seen Middleton can do what he does, and Drew had a good game, but once Giannis comes back, that diminishes, goes down. But I mean,
So
I
who do you-
really want to see Chris Paul get his ring.
Mhm.
Yeah, but who do you think guards Devin Booker? I've been thinking about this. Who do you think's going to guard him?
Chris Middleton.
Holiday.
Yeah,
Middleton?
True.
Yeah.
No, because Middleton can't guard him.
I would
say
think Holiday
Drew.
would Drew
Drew
Holiday.
Holiday would probably guard Chris
Oh,
Paul.
damn. Why do I always forget about Drew
Yeah.
Holiday?
And I'm telling you, he doesn't
Always.
on this team, he doesn't look to score. I was telling Fort when he got here as well. I was like, Holiday's a guy that could go get you 25 and 30 if you want to.
Yeah.
He doesn't do it on this team since joining. But with Giannis out, he's got to look to score because he's so efficient.
Yeah.
He drops buckets against the Nets when he was with New Orleans. And he needs a game like that, I think, if it's game one, whether Giannis is in the game or not. He needs to go out and get his.
PJ Tucker.
For sure.
PJ
I thought
Tucker.
about PJ.
PJ Tucker game is really like, oh wow, he's a great defender and shooter, or a corner knockdown, or It's get him off the floor. He has 0 points and 0 rebounds. And
I don't think
it's
he-
not always about points.
He's
no,
just
I
there
know,
for a
but I'm just
rule.
saying the flip side
But
of
he
that is
couldn't-
like he's getting scored on and he's not doing anything.
He couldn't.
Yeah, but he's
couldn't
keeping
keep
those
up with
guys out of
Devin.
foul trouble too, though.
I don't think he can guard Booker though.
He can't keep up with Booker.
He's fast, man.
Yeah.
He's not keeping up with
Quick.
Booker.
Hey, let me ask you an honest question. Is Devin Booker the fastest person in the NBA?
No,
As
Legit.
far as I would
Watch
say
him play.
quick.
I think he's up there.
No.
I
Who
mean
is?
he may be up there. He's not.
Yeah,
I
Name-
he
can name
can,
name-
I can
name-
name 4 people that are faster than him.
Let me get a pen.
John Wall,
Sure.
Emmanuel Quickly, De'Aaron Fox.
John, I said that
Yeah,
actually
Fox.
has to play. That actually plays basketball. John Wall doesn't play basketball anymore.
He played a lot of games last year.
No, he
De'Aaron
didn't.
Fox is faster than him.
De'Aaron Fox
Russell
is
De'Aaron
Westbrook.
Fox, okay.
fast.
Emmanuel Quickly. Yes.
But
Eric Rose.
not to bury Ben too much by that take, but I agree, not with the fast, but I will say he's quick. When he has the ball, he can make quick movements and get to
He
his
might be
spot.
quick twitched.
Yeah, that's sort of like he gets.
Yeah.
I get that. That I wouldn't say he's fast because fast is kind of going A to B. Quick is like Allen Iverson was a mix of fast and quick. You know what I mean?
You know what else I've thought too?
I
Why
agree.
don't we put as much emphasis in the NBA on 40 times as you do the NFL? I mean, look at the court. Why aren't we testing 40 times in the NBA too?
That's true. What do they
94 feet.
test any type of fast? Because that's not a thing talked about. Which in the NBA,
Right.
gotta go to A to B
Because-
real fast. But
No, I
Let's
think
be
they have more
honest.
of a shuttle time.
In the NBA, you might have a better chance of getting a breakaway than you do in the NFL. I mean, how many times, unless you're going to be a receiver, that's just
yeah, there's not many
Boom,
times in the
off
game
the-
where you actually get the ball and have to run with purpose or right before as much as the NBA because it's constant.
I got football on my mind, guys. I've moved on,
Yeah.
and I'm just ready. But
And I'm
Uh,
just ready. Son's
Suns-
favorite.
You have a
Suns and-
franchise.
Suns in 5.
Suns in 6.
Suns in 5, Suns in 6,
I say Suns in 6.
Suns in 5.
Hey, you
and
know
I'm
what I
the
did
one-
like though?
So
when they
we're
got the
all
Suns
on
in
the
the
Suns.
finals, so I do take credit. We all had the Nets. We lost out. We missed out on that. But I got the Suns right. I'm taking when I'm right in this pod. I don't take
Yeah. I mean, hey,
Nets.
why wouldn't you? Yeah, you got it so far. I also liked how they asked Chris Paul about, maybe this season being asterisks almost because of all the
Condensed.
injuries and all that. And I like how he nonchalantly shut that down. It was like, hey, all the players were involved in every decision.
Yep.
So,
Yeah. And he's the
Exactly.
president of the
Signed-
Players Association.
right. They signed off on it. And I like that because even though I do think, the injuries have caused a lot, he is right. They signed off on it. So,
Mhm.
Does he get a ring? Will it have the same amount of diamonds in it? Will the banner still be risen in their arena? Will he still go down as a champion in the Hall of Fame? That motherfucking counts. And that's my argument towards any of that. It's great debate. It's fun to talk about. But when it comes down to it, is it on the record books? That's
Yep.
all Barkley talks about. Ewing, that if they would have that title, they don't care how they would got it.
right.
So,
Same as last year in the bubble, the Lakers winning, and people want to talk about that. It's still a title. I don't really care.
yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of the bubble, Rachel Nichols.
Hey.
ESPN.
Oh, sorry. I'm just,
There was a lot
I'm
of
sliding in
Awesome.
everywhere right here.
there was a
you know,
lot of
I'm like
fighting.
Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez's DMs right now, just sliding through immediately.
Wow.
Sorry,
Jimmy
guys.
Butler dribbling his basketball in his room at 2 a.m., 3 a.m.
Mm.
I heard multiple
Hell of an
thumps.
excuse.
One sounded like a ball. One was the bed frame.
Mm.
Sorry.
Yeah. I don't know if Ersan Ilyasova really hit that.
Than
Sheesh.
anybody.
I don't believe it.
Which part?
I need
Ilyasova or
confirmation.
Jimmy.
I don't believe that Rachel Nichols. I mean,
You don't believe that she ever had a moment?
no. Maybe before she's been married and all that stuff. But I'm telling you, research her husband, and then it's like, I
What
don't
if they
think
have
she
an
is.
open relationship?
She's
And-
related to
Oh,
a
you're talking
giant-
about what's his name from Russia? Remember him when he's playing the NBA?
Vladimir Putin?
Vladimir Putin is not correct. Yes. You know what I'm talking about, though.
Darko.
No, not Darko. He's playing for the Jazz. Dude,
Karolinko.
Greg Oster.
Kirilenko, yes. Kirilenko.
AK-47.
Yeah.
He did have an open relationship. I do remember that. He was allowed
Oh,
to
yes,
cheat
he
once
was
a year.
pop singer. Or his girl was a pop singer in Russia.
Yep.
I remember
Yeah.
He's known for getting dunked on by Baron Davis.
Facts.
Right.
that. I mean, come on. If you only got one body on you, pause, that's a good thing in the NBA if you play for like over 10 years. And he's a shot
Truth.
blocker and a guy that lived in the paint. If you got one or two memorable moments where you got dunked on, that's a great career. Sean Bradley.
He was a wing defender.
No, but he was tall but he also got blocks and steals, so he was in the paint and doing a bunch. It wasn't like he was always on the wing only defending.
Yeah.
That generation 15 years ago. Don't do that.
Mike the plumber was lighting his ass up.
Mike the who?
Mike,
All right. Fix in the water.
Are we going to talk about Rachel Nichols here or what?
Oh yeah.
listen,
No,
I need it.
now I'm confused because Gravy sent a fake tweet and I believe it.
Oh my God, I got them all so good today.
Dude,
What?
You got us, bro.
Dude, I
Yo.
didn't know one was gonna open that because when the tweet is words and letters in the picture, you're not gonna click on it. You can read it right from there. And
Yeah.
I
What?
didn't. And I was like, oh, that doesn't make
I
sense.
sent a tweet. It was a fake tweet from like a fake Rachel Nichols account. And it was like, oh, thanks to ESPN after 16 years. This has all been great, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm leaving. It was like, thank you and goodbye.
Damn.
It's like the ending
I
of it.
should have known it was fake based on that.
I know. That was the funny part for me.
And I pointed
So-
that out immediately.
So I put it in our other group chat, like all of our Florida friends. And some people were like, Ray was going off. He's like, thank you and goodbye. Hell of an ending. But it was a fake account.
It was fake.
Hey.
Was
Hey.
that so obviously it was dumb for her to say. She's an idiot. She's been the butt of a lot of jokes because I
Yeah.
think corny and awkward, and she tries to fit in way too hard with like the NBA players and stuff. So if she goes, it doesn't matter. I said before, she's related to Diane Sawyer, like
Yeah.
relative family tree like that. So
ABC.
she's a land on her feet, but she's a weirdo anyway. Get her off the ESPN channel.
She can land on her
Yes.
feet because her husband's rich as fuck. That's why she can land on her feet.
I don't know. A few things.
Yeah.
A few things kind of stood out to me. One was that tweet, that fake tweet that I sent, could also have been very believable. Like, why hasn't she been fired, or like publicly?
Fireable, I don't. Is that
What's
what you
I mean,
fireable?
what
There's
did
nothing
she
about
get?
that's fireable. What's he gonna get
Okay.
fired for?
Well,
I don't
if
think that's
ESPN's
fireable.
doing these things already in order to correct their horrible company and the horrible level of diversity that they have, you think that they would react pretty quickly. I mean, what did Paul Pierce do wrong? Post a video with
Yeah.
strippers in it?
I mean, there was like actual stuff backing that up. There's no like stuff backing up Rachel Nichols getting her back blown out.
But that's
Yeah.
that's not why this is happening though. Like, this doesn't have to do anything with Jimmy Butler and Ilyasova. This is
Yeah.
her comments on the
Oh.
company and her comments on Maria Taylor
Yeah.
and not giving up her
Which hasn't
So-
been right?
job title, I guess. To a
Yeah.
sense.
So couple things. One, what she said, I get what she said. Maybe she shouldn't have said it that way. She also thought she was not having to record a conversation and people weren't recording her about that. And every company in America is doing the same exact thing that ESPN is doing right now. That's a fact. And so, right, maybe she shouldn't have said that. She also probably thinks of herself, and a lot of people do, that she's put in the time, she's put in the effort. You know, she has, through her work ethic, done that. I don't think Rachel Nichols said that from a negative space to where her herself is, you know, being discriminatory. I don't think she said that from a negative space. It is factual that companies are doing that, as they rightly should. At the same time, I also don't believe that anybody should get complacent in their job and think because they've been there for so long and they've worked so hard that they're deserving of an opportunity over somebody else that might not have been there for so long. It's all about your work ethic and what you're bringing to that company at that moment. And you should always think that you're expendable at every time. The company doesn't love you, don't love the company. You have to work hard, like always. Second thing, Maria Taylor, you know she leaked that shit. You know she leaked that. You know she did.
I think so. That was a big thing on Twitter that they were saying that she definitely leaked it to kind of just like try and get her position up more than she had
Can't
right
rule
now.
anything out
So,
nowadays. So
I
I,
mean-
don't count on any
Oh my
particular
god!
fact.
What the fuck are we doing?
hey, you
It
never
sounds
know,
crazy,
bro.
but
Like,
this is how many documentaries, how many shows, movies based on true events because people live this life that people
You don't think she
actually
leaked
do
it,
it.
Nick?
It's not something I'd go to right away, but it's something I'd give it a little thought. Like, all right, let me just ask a couple more questions before I.
How does that?
I will
how does
say-
that get out? How does that get out? How?
Wasn't it the producer of the show that recorded this, or a producer at ESPN recorded this conversation? Is what I
Apparently
thought I
acci-
read. Could be
Apparently,
wrong.
accidentally.
Okay, here's some things. One, agree to an extent with what you said, Ben. I think one, she could have spoke differently about it. I get she was being recorded and didn't know, but that's another thing for me is she was way too comfortable saying what she said as if there wasn't anything wrong with it, which I think we agree was wrong the way she said it.
what
Right.
are the comments?
Bro,
For-
Gravy, if
for
you
the people-
recorded me throughout the day and we're just chopping it up,
I get it. I get what you're saying.
and everybody that's listening to y'all.
Well,
say
guess what?
what?
She got caught.
I know that's
Like,
what I'm saying. And it sucks. That's why I'm like, all right, I don't judge it too harshly, but I get it why you would have to either get rid of somebody, suspend, or eat your cake or eat your bullets, whatever you.
What were her
Yeah.
comments for the people that didn't hear it?
I mean,
Of
I don't
course.
have it
Oh, okay.
transcribed for you.
She said something like,
I don't
they
have
were
it.
gonna,
You don't
they
gotta
put
tell
Maria, and like it wasn't like she saying it bad. She said it in it's kind of a nice way.
I
Like,
took it more of a
she
dig
thinks-
at ESPN than I did at Maria Taylor.
I didn't take it as a dig at Maria Taylor at all.
Okay.
You know, I don't
I
think
don't
it was
think I
that way.
singled
I
her
think it was
out.
towards ESPN saying. I think she's saying like, hey, in a way, she's thinking this. You know, they're going to put her out there because the company knows how shitty they've been in
You're
terms
not gonna
of
do it at my expense.
being, having different races and everything, do different things like that. And so they're trying to correct that, which, let's be honest, every company in the country is doing right now.
Yeah.
Most of them are doing it.
Mhm.
Like, and she was upset by that because she's put in more time and has more experience than Maria Taylor. That's how I took she was saying that. Right.
I mean, we're in America. They love it when it's white versus black or vice versa. So
I mean, did
Back
you
to
guys think she was saying it in
that makes it more of a media headline and a little bit more juice, which I'm not judging on why it's not right, but that's another story within the story. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Everything's scripted anyways.
It's a simulation, you guys. We try to tell you every episode. Don't hurt. Don't.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think it's more of a. I think she was more speaking poorly on ESPN than Maria Taylor. I felt that she could have just chose her words better. Granted, like we didn't know she was being recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you watch her apology?
Yeah, I mean,
One Gravy sent.
seemed forced.
That tweet, that was like, it lasted
Seems like she was
long.
reading it off the teleprompter.
Yeah.
But
Rotates
there's
long.
one thing that I'm confused about. Big LeBron guy here. Why is nobody talking about the person she was having this conversation with?
Ooh.
Who was it?
Ooh.
LeBron's PR guy.
Fact.
Hmm.
I believe it's his PR guy.
I
what are you
thought
implying?
she had the conversation with the person that was in between. It was a girl. I thought it was a female in between Taylor and Rachel Nichols that like they had a mutual connection or something like that.
Mm.
I don't know.
Nope, it was I'm pretty sure it was LeBron's PR guy. Oh, his advisor. She was talking to LeBron James' advisor, Adam Mendelson.
Who is that? Never even heard of him.
LeBron's
I don't-
advisor.
He's So the gist of
Typically,
the
if you have
conversation was
advisors-
her being frustrated that
It,
Maria Taylor was taking her role during the NBA Finals.
now that I think about it, I
Yeah.
wouldn't, if I had an advisor, I wouldn't want anybody to know who it is really, because I'd want them to give me, secret advice.
If we want to keep down the line of topics that are kind of controversial in a way in the media, obviously, Sha'Carri Richardson suspended marijuana. There's many ways that you can say exactly what Gravy said, bullshit or not, or she should race, but the devil's advocate, or just to keep the conversation a lot more less black and white, is she also did do something that was laid out for a job that she competes in or whatever, that she knew that was going to cost her or potentially. So that's kind of the side argument with it. So it's up to you guys to talk about either both sides, or which would you judge on?
I think it's really, really stupid.
I'm not saying I agree with what I just said. I'm just
I know.
I'm being the bad guy in this, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's dumb.
Messi just scored.
Messi just scored. Let's get it. Fuck Colombia. But yeah, no, I think it's really dumb, especially it being that in the state that she lives in, it's legal to do it. I get it. Olympics have their own rules and everything. I mean, people cope in different ways. Everyone has their own way of doing whatever it is. Her mother had just passed away. Not that that's any excuse, but I mean, it's so stupid. It's not like it's a performance enhancing drug that she was doing that makes her better. If anything, it says more about the people that she was racing against, that they're really, really freaking trash because they can't compete with her and she's just blowing them, and she probably smoked a blunt before the race. So it's just, it makes no sense. And I thought they were going to let her do the relay because it was going to be like 30 days after or whatnot, but she can't even do that either. They dropped her off that, but shout out Nike for not dropping her. So
yeah,
big ups to Nike for that, because
Phil Knight,
they get it.
He knows what he's doing. I think it's bullshit.
Isn't hallucinogens legal in?
It was decriminalized.
I know. I'm just trying to make a joke too.
It's not just hallucinogens. Every single drug.
In Oregon, right? So there you go. That's why they
in Portland.
Giving a little bit more background on it. But go ahead, Ben.
I think it is one of the most ridiculous things, and it also, in a way, is the most American thing I've ever seen. Because in a way,
say it.
I wasn't talking to you, Ben. I'm sorry. Somebody died behind Fort's head in that game.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah. In a way,
sorry.
This whole, and I'm gonna get so much shit for saying this, but I don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
If I think about sometimes this whole experiment of America, in a way, where you have every single state is different and can make up their own laws and rules, and you have this one governing body over all of these states that also has these rules. But these states can change how they operate in every single one of them, yet we're free to travel to every single land anytime we want, is the most ridiculous thing in the world. It's the most inefficient way to run anything.
Yeah.
We have, I don't even know how many states, 20 states where this is perfectly legal. We're talking about a plant that grows out of the ground that makes you feel funnier and feel better. That we're going
to laugh a little more.
Think about how hard, and what I really don't like about it, and I know she did it for this way, is the response to it. I wouldn't even say anything about a coping mechanism, because it's not an issue. It's not an issue in the state that she lives in. It's not an issue in almost half of the states that we have here. That nobody cares about this. So you're going to have, at first I thought it was the overall Olympic Committee, but it was the American Olympic Committee. So the country itself, that half of the people in half of the states in the country where this is perfectly legal to do,
where they're profiting from.
Still, exactly. You're going to still have this stupid ass rule where she tests positive for it, and you're going to remove an Olympic chance from her. It is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in a long time, and I feel bad for him. I don't know.
Yeah, they stripped her.
I'm trying not to say things I don't want to say.
Yeah. You're doing well.
It just, it's sad to see that we have that. It reminds you that we still have many states where there are thousands of people that are in jail and locked up for the same stupid ass reason, and no one's doing anything about it. I know people that have come to this country from other countries because there was war in that country, because there was mass war. They've came over here. They've lived their entire life. I know one guy got caught with a little bag of weed. He got deported back to his country because of it and could never come back here. It's ridiculous. We act like we're all high and mighty here and that everyone's accepted, and we all know the reality that that's just not fucking true. It's whoever runs all the operating community of this country, whatever rules they say goes. And it's just ridiculous.
I have a question.
And I'm going to stop before I really go off.
Also,
I have a
I'm sure
question.
everybody listening to that is applauding in
So-
their car.
This is gonna sound like I'm against like smoking and marijuana and all that shit, okay? But I'm not.
We know.
If you knew that if you got caught with weed, that you'd get deported back to your home, would you still smoke weed?
No, but you also think maybe they didn't know that they would literally get deported back. you
Okay.
know?
So here's my
So-
question.
Yeah.
And once again, think she should have been able to race, think it's stupid, think there's millions of people who smoke and the person who spends every day with them has no idea.
Yeah.
Because I think that myth of people who smoke are stupid or they don't do shit, that's bullshit. There's people who smoke and accomplish many things throughout the day.
You're right. That thing's dumb. I mean, we have so many. It's
Fuck, this is
proven.
gonna sound insensitive, but why did she smoke if she knew that getting caught would put her in this situation? Like, why? Like, I don't put myself in positions I know are not beneficial.
That's the other conversation of it. That's why I at least let off with that, just to get
Yeah.
people to think that there is another side that people are
Maybe
adamant about.
I don't know. Maybe she didn't know she was gonna get drug tested right away.
You
I don't
gotta
know.
know. Like,
I know,
you're
I'm
you're
sure.
going. I know, but like, you're going to the Olympics.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
going to what you just worked your last 3-4
Yeah,
years
and that's
for.
what sucks.
And you
most-
work. That's what sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like it's a every year thing or like it's a season where they do it every year. It's every 4 years.
I
So, like,
literally see both sides.
Yeah.
That's how I am. I'm kind of Switzerland in this deal. I'm neutral. I'm in the middle.
I hope
I-
something happens
Sides, I'll let you
between now and when the Olympics start that she's somehow able to race. Like, I really hope, because to get that far in anything is respectable in itself. And who knows how she's going to be in 4 years, if she's going to be able to do another Olympics, or you don't know these things.
I would have told her she could have my pee, but I mean,
Yeah.
probably
They,
would
they might find all
She-
kinds of things.
They would have immediately locked her in a padded room.
Yeah.
They're like,
Nah.
what's in this urine?
Now that I said that, you remember, I forget who the basketball player was. I keep bringing up anecdotes and I can't remember exactly who it was, but the basketball player that uses girls' piss, and it came back as positive for being pregnant.
I have no idea.
No, but that's hilarious.
Oh, I'm looking that up because I do know who you're talking about.
But hey,
So they were like,
I get what you're saying on there. She definitely didn't get the right test from Shag that she should have in time to clear that up. But can we all agree that it's really time for cannabis, marijuana,
Yeah.
weed, happy juice, fun time
Massive.
Saturday night,
Legal
whatever
it
you wanna
already.
call it. Let's just get this nonsense over with and just make it fucking legal.
I mean,
It's a
if you
The
matter
wanna
of
world would be a better place.
three-fourths of the country, it doesn't matter what political side you want to be on, agrees that it should be fucking legal. And
Not
so let's just
relating-
stop playing
not-
these dumb games.
Not relating marijuana, cannabis to alcohol, but prohibition. Boardwalk Empire. I watched twice.
Yep,
I
I used to
love that
watch that.
You learn a little bit and great acting and all that. But it was the same thing then. It became an underground thing, and then it became
Right.
a thing that all the people that were protesting it were doing. So to think that was 70, 80 years ago and that's not going on now, it's the same exact thing. Just done
It's
in
done.
a more technological, more advanced way with more money involved.
I tell my wife all the time, anytime you take something and you make it illegal or you tell people they can't have it, you force that industry then to go underground. When you force it to go underground, you then increase the crime and everything associated with that product.
Right.
And so you yourself, by taking that choice away from somebody, are making all of this stuff happen. It's their fault for doing it. Don't
Yeah,
do
I
it.
think-
Give people the choice to do what they want to do, provide them the education to understand so they know what they're going to do, and focus more of your efforts and resources on helping build better communities, giving better opportunities to people instead of just putting them in jail and ruin the rest of life or whatever for, a little fucking beautiful nug.
Yeah. And I think the way you put it was awesome, because like how you had all these different states that are, whether it's legal or illegal, but then the Fed can still go into that state where it's legal and they can still take it because it's illegal federally. So it's working backwards. It doesn't make any sense. It's like, all right, so we're going to legalize it here, but then someone else can come in and take your shit. Like
it's
so
all
nonsense.
to us. It's who we deem is
Right.
worthy of.
Yeah.
And like if you drive cross country, like, different states have different rules for whatever it may be. And, it's just a bad way to run a country.
It's just it's nonsense. It's like you tell these people it's legal now, and so they have a chance to run a legitimate business, but it's because it's still not federally legal. They can't open up and use business bank accounts at actual banks because they can't touch their money.
Well, like I said,
it's so ridiculous.
Politically driven and big corporation driven, which is all we talk about here when it comes to money. Is they're giving a 5 to 10, 15 year advance on their cronies and all that. And then it's like, all right, whatever's left, you guys get.
Exactly. It's like you look when I think it was Ohio that made it legal, and then you looked at the actual legality of what for making weed legal. And it was like two companies can control like 98% of the market.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute. And if you look at those companies and you look at who they're owned by, you're like, oh,
I think Vice has a
fucking
good
bullshit.
documentaries on this, by the way, about some small and local mom and pop homegrown stuff.
Hey, I will say, did you see Seth Rogen's tweet about it when he was like, and if weed makes you run faster, then what the fuck am I? Or he says, do I look like weed makes you run faster? And then someone tweeted like, hey, obviously weed didn't affect her running. Did you see her nails? And she still won with those.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's I mean, that's the literal argument, but I guess a third argument would be the science behind it, where it can, there's masking agents in MLB that aren't steroids, but they're, something you would, if you did steroids, you could take this to get rid of it. Not saying marijuana is that, but it could be a pain reliever, which it is, and all these medical things that the Olympics aren't progressive enough to cancel that out yet. They're so politically driven where they can't. So that it all goes back to exactly what you said, Ben. That's why you can see the other side is it always goes back to political and money. Why the Olympics haven't done it, because I'm sure everybody would probably agree that, as an athlete, you got some, painness, some mental illness, whether it's minor or not, and that's how you cope with it. And it's not a PED.
Doesn't even have to be a coping mechanism. It's my choice as a human being to take part in this, and there shouldn't be any consequences for the thing that grows out of the ground. I mean, that's just it.
Not manipulated in any way. I agree. Any last thoughts on that before we move on with some random stuff that we got going on here?
No, but Trevor Bauer should be in jail.
Yeah, that's
For real though, right? Hey, no, for real. Let me ask a question. If this, I read like deeper into some of the other stuff that's came out, and like this dude's in some trouble. If this were anybody else, he would have been arrested by now. They literally they did a sting operation. They literally have him admitting to, I think it was an officer or some detective on a phone that yes, when he choked her so hard she passed out, he admitted to one, doing her in the butt and punching her repeatedly in the back and butt. Okay, so she's unconscious and you still did it. That's rape.
I'm here with you. I'm
brother.
listening. You got my attention.
That's rape, brother. Like, what the fuck?
Popping more than assholes.
Yeah, like I beyond the whole aspect of her coming up there and anything like that, say what you want about that, but by him admitting that yes, she was unconscious and he still did all that stuff, man, anybody else would be arrested by now.
By the way, Elliot, our producer, knows all about this stuff because he battle sex crimes.
Dun-dun-dun.
You know,
Yep, that's true.
Jesus
for the
Christ.
record, in case anybody's new to the
Danny.
podcast.
Do you not know what
Nick,
HIPAA is,
if,
dude?
If that was us, we would all be in jail right now.
Yeah,
Yes.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Right now.
Well, hey, as someone who publicly wanted Trevor Bauer to pitch for his baseball team, I'm so fucking happy we didn't sign that nut.
That would have been nuts with the New York media. I mean, he's
Yeah,
still in
I
a big
mean,
market, but New
You're
York.
not even
media-
hearing about it.
Yeah,
Ray would
New
be
York-
Well,
in
it's
my
because in
mentions
LA,
every
everybody's
day.
like, dude, you do that shit all the time out here. And I was like,
LA is. I've been seeing so many tweets about LA, like just people being zombies there because they're on so many different drugs that it's so bad.
Dude, they were still gonna pitch this guy on Sunday,
LA's wild.
and it took the MLB standing in and being like, "Nope,
Administrative
you're
leave
go-
with pay.
administrative leave."
Yeah.
Mind you, he's still getting paid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So
know.
here's a free vacation, pal.
Right.
Yeah.
Go fly your
Um,
drones and make money.
I mean, there's people in America that kill people and they get put on administrative leave. So, I mean,
Yeah.
if one
And I'll just say
if
it,
one
if
job
that-
could, have a consequence of killing a human, then raping is not that big of a deal.
If it was Fernando Tatis and not Trevor Bauer, he'd be in jail right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
It'd be a way bigger story. But hey,
Speaking
let's
of
hope
jail-
that he gets caught. Oh, there goes my
Jail.
iPad.
Speaking of jail, well, I got maybe two or three news
Jail?
stories, trending stories
I
that have
hope
to
I
do
never
with
go to jail.
prison. Bill
Oh, I
Cosby.
know. Oh,
Yeah.
Yep.
I hope you tell the story that I think you're gonna tell.
I got a few. So Bill Cosby, Jello, pudding,
Yeah.
Crazy.
out of jail.
Don't really care about Bill,
Yeah, he's
Bill
probably
Cosby.
gonna die within next year.
Bill Cosby.
Absolutely.
Bill Cosby. Jimmy Uso, WWE.
This
Jay-
fucking guy.
So what the fuck is going on? The bloodline Roman Reigns. Get it together, bro. You're about to make more
This guy loses
money
his
in the
license
next
more
few
than
years
Fort.
you ever have. You're bringing it to order an Uber, order a Lyft, call me, text me.
What happened?
Call me.
I'll order you one.
Married. He has a family.
What
Call your
happened?
family.
That's
What
the thing I've
happened?
never.
He got his
understood.
17th DUI.
Yeah, it feels like 17, but it's more
What?
like 2 or 3. But it comes within
Dude.
a short amount of time. No, like as wrestling fans, it's like it might as well be 17 if it's 2, because that's
Dude, he is in a very important storyline right now.
like, come on, bro.
So,
The wrestling
I
doesn't
mean-
Vince McMahon doesn't get it right.
The
too
Usos
often.
have become the new Hardy
You get it
Boys.
right.
Yeah, I don't know much about it, but for me, just hearing you talk about it, it sounds like someone should probably try to get that guy some help. Because if
Yeah.
he's gotten 2 or 3 in a short amount of time, I think he probably has an issue.
How about his
Right.
twin brother that's with him every single day?
Well,
Yeah.
someone's not helping him. Someone's trying to
Nobody's
help him.
helping him.
I know if that was my friend or my brother, and it was like within let's say a year's time. I don't know, but it was like, bam, I get a call. I'm like, oh, he just got his 3rd DUI. I'm like, nah, what's going on, man?
For,
Yeah.
Like,
for our wrestling viewers out there, I know we got a few guys on Twitter. AEW returning to Miami for the first time with crowd outside of Jacksonville. They were doing their tapings outside of the Jacksonville Jaguars Stadium with fans, but like local fans. This is the first time they're going on tour. Miami tomorrow. Shout out our boy Feinberg, because he hit me up a few weeks ago, wanted to go to that. I'm definitely gonna either pay or watch it because it's something that me and him actually talked about going to. But WWE returns on the road, which is dope. Excited for the fans to be back. More pay-per-views, SummerSlam coming around.
yeah,
Should be fun.
no sport
Yeah.
needs fans more than wrestling, in my opinion.
For sure.
Yep.
They did a good job
Yeah.
without him.
Yeah, they
It's
did.
not the same. It's not
Yeah.
the same.
It's the pulse. Like I said last week with soccer, it's the crowd is sometimes as much as what you're watching than what it is. And then what's the racist man in New Jersey got arrested today. I'm sure you guys seen the.
saw some
Oh,
of
was
those.
it that bald guy?
We'll leave out the details. Bald guy in the face of another man and threatening, calling him the worst things you could ever call a human being
Racist fuck.
in any form. That happened 2-3 days ago. Got arrested today. Got an escort like the Shame, in Game of Thrones, or it's
Shame.
It was basically
Shame.
that, the
Shame.
modern day era. People
Yeah,
throwing
they were
Gatorade
throwing
and
a bunch
food
of
on
shit
them,
at
water,
him.
and hey, you reap what you sow. You
For
got it,
real.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, we should start doing that to people. We should start shaming people.
Yeah. We should do that, and then we should send them to Utah right after.
Utah. That's where they belong.
Yeah.
Pretty Utah.
Even though Ray passed over wrestling, it is a big wrestling month. There are a lot of it's a good month that if you're not into wrestling, probably watch some wrestling this month, and
Yep.
you'll know a little bit more than you did today, because you got
Got some good things going
what is
on.
it? Money in the Bank this month, right?
Money in the Bank, and then
Fans are coming back to Raw and SmackDown. They're rumored to be switching the rosters around a little bit here soon.
I'm going to Raw September 6th in Miami.
Nice.
That's gonna be fun. Another.
I'll be there when they come
and
here. I'm going for sure.
Yeah,
I'll
it'll
go.
be
I'll slide.
So that's all the jail and prison news we have. Straight from the pod. And UFC, what is it? 274?
No,
Who knows anymore?
I never even say the
whatever
number
it is.
anymore. I just say
Poirier,
Poirier.
Three. Wow.
Hey.
Ford and I were watching the last two fight highlights. That's gonna be a good one. It's 1-1 right now.
That whole card.
Old Connor is back.
Yeah,
That whole
I
card
think.
is stacked.
I think glad you said that, Nick. I think if you've been, I follow Connor on Instagram. I'm sure everybody does, but I'm watching a lot of his stuff. He looks like first he's in the best shape he's ever been in his entire life.
He does look good.
He looks, man,
Hey, yo.
he looks like he worked out fucking hard.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I think Connor's taking it. I think Connor's taking it.
I don't even want to go in on that fight because I
Why?
like both. Because I like
both
both
of them too. Me too.
Yeah,
But,
I
I
like
mean,
both of them.
Yeah. Just Connor, like you said, is in great shape, and he got knocked the fuck out last fight against Poirier.
Mhm.
And
Got
I don't
humbled.
think he really did
It
get
could.
humbled.
Yeah, that's still in your mind.
He doesn't want that to happen. So I feel like the revenge factor is there. So, I mean, I hope we get all 5 rounds. Just
Yeah.
For
Slobber
sure.
knocker.
Yeah.
Too.
Just
Or
in-
I
knockout.
can't wait.
Yeah. I mean,
Ariel Helwani made a good point today. He said, when Connor first came up in 2014, 2015, 2016, it was, I'm coming for your spot. I'm going to rip your head apart, blah, blah, blah. And that's when we saw the best Connor. And then recently you see the Connor who's, granted, he is probably bigger than the sport of UFC.
he made
was like,
UFC what it is
the
now.
king is here. Like, I'm on the throne. So, and he got a little complacent, probably relaxed a little bit, and hasn't been hot his past few fights. But recently that old shit talking, I'm coming to rip your head off, Connor's back. And if you've noticed, he's a little more quiet leading up to this fight. You haven't really heard from him except for his little tweet recording where he called Dustin Poirier a pea head, which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah, he went off
Um,
into other ventures.
People on the card, by the way.
Yeah.
Gilbert Burns is fighting too. Sean O'Malley's fighting.
Sean O'Malley.
Sugar.
Big Sean O'Malley fan. So it's gonna be a good card. Jessica Ice fighting. So I
I'll be
mean,
watching.
like what you guys were saying about wrestling, if you're not too big into UFC or you just watch like
Watch this.
hey, it's in Vegas, man. It's in
Yep.
Vegas at
It's
the
gonna be
MGM.
wild.
So
Wild.
it's
Yep.
gonna be a good weekend, man. It's just I'm excited. They've been pumping the fuck out of this fight for the past like month and a half. After every
As they
UFC
should.
fight, they just that's
Yeah.
gonna be huge money for them. So
Yeah.
I'm excited. Super
Anything
excited.
to add on that, guys, before we kind of switch gears to bet the fort?
Well, I was hoping to get your guys' picks. Who's winning? McGregor, Poirier. I'm already taking McGregor. So
I'll just go
McGregor.
McGregor only because I want more. Like, I want more
Yeah,
fights.
I mean,
I want to give $50, $60 every time. I want to have people over. And I know McGregor winning will give me that more than Poirier.
Yeah.
So, give me McGregor.
yeah, I'm going to go McGregor too. I wouldn't be surprised if Poirier wins. Not trying to cover my ass, but I would love to see McGregor win way more.
me too.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I'm trying to say. I'm not saying it as an analytical UFC expert, only because I'm trying to be selfish here.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, I'm not taking anybody on that fight.
Waiting for him to
I'm
go.
not
No,
doing
he's
that.
like,
I'm not doing that, man.
yeah,
Uh,
you got him.
I got 2 of those fights on my bet the fort, but I'm not taking either or. I'm just hoping for 5 rounds.
All right, so bet the fort.
Bet the fort. So I guess since we're talking about UFC, I'll do the 2 fights that are on the card. Taking my boy Gilbert Burns Poha over Thompson and Sean O'Malley over Griffin. Tomorrow, we got the semifinal match, England and Denmark. I'm taking England. Need England.
Are you taking England in the 90 minutes, or are you taking them to
Bro,
qualify for the next round?
listen. I stopped betting on soccer. Just England to move on to the finals.
All right, there we go.
And then I'm taking the Lightning over the Canadians tomorrow. Tampa closes it out back to back, right? That'd be back to back for them.
Yes,
It doesn't happen. That happens much in hockey, or no? I don't think
sometimes.
so.
I think the Blackhawks did it.
Right?
Back in the
Blackhawks
day,
did do it, yeah.
Back in the day, years ago, it happened a lot. I also say the Lightning they have back to back, but for probably the past 5 or 6
Dynasty,
years,
huh?
they've been
Well, they've been the
up there
Western Conference
competing.
Finals. Yeah.
I don't know much about hockey, but I will tell you the little bit I pay attention to, I just have heard them over and over.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're good.
Former Ranger great on the Lightning right now, Ryan McDonough.
They're good.
Yeah, so I just assume that just stop being an idiot about.
We're getting a clean sweep this week, boys. 4-0. Just calling it now. It's
Oh
happening.
boy.
Okay, so
I need it.
last week 2-1, and then overall 22-17. So he is back. He was hovering that 50% 500 line for a little bit, and then he's back. So do give him
Over
credit there.
60%.
Quick little update. Rogers and DeChambeau are 3 up through
They're
12.
still playing.
Bro, they're
Yeah.
never gonna finish.
9:34. Go to bed.
Well,
Doesn't get
it's
dark in Montana until
7:34
midnight.
where they are.
Yeah, I know. It's just like who's at this point. It's like they timed that out poorly. You got soccer, you got finals, you got MLB. It's a little.
You know what they need to do next?
What?
Come on, somebody say what?
I said
what?
Give Reggie Bush his Heisman.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Yeah, just had
I
a
didn't write
question.
that one down.
Oh,
Great.
yeah.
There's some more.
Great
There's some more
topic.
dumb shit right there.
Just more dumb shit.
That's
It's
another
just-
thing
it's
that
crazy.
for me that's not gray area. Couple topics we had before, I could kind of lean one or the other, mainly on one, but this is one that's just like, yup, give these people their money, give these people back their awards and their championships that you guys profit on, USC and Louisville and all these things. You still earn a living. Give them their awards back in their medal. So
Yeah,
quick little
sure.
thing about go ahead, Ben.
Nope, you go.
Since we were on that topic about college players getting paid and whatnot, shout out Dan Lambert, $500 for every single UM player on scholarship monthly. He owns a gym in Miami, and Masvidal goes there. A few other UFC fighters go there, so that's big on their part. I mean, it's $500 a month, but for college athletes, that's going to go a long way for whatever it is they choose to do with that money, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
Nice.
I want to, man, if I ever ran for president, I would just run on which I never would. I'd rather eat my own vomit and die. But
Okay.
I'd run on this. My slogan would be vote for Ben. All that dumb shit that we do, we're just not going to do anymore.
Get rid of the dumb shit.
Stop all the dumb shit.
No more dumb shit.
all right. So
You got any more topics? Because I got a few more.
yeah, go ahead, rifle off. Let's get into trending DMs and shout outs.
Cool. I just want to say quickly, we don't need to talk about them because they're fucking hideous. But the All-Star Game jerseys are absolutely disgusting. They should
Baseball,
just
right?
stay. Yes, they should just stay with the teams wearing their actual team jerseys. You're either dark or you're light. I don't know what the hell they created. They're ugly. They're disgusting. And whoever made these should probably look for a different career.
Factuals.
I would also like to ask everyone give their home run derby prediction.
Who's
Home
on
Run
it?
Derby, and who's in it? Otani.
You got Otani. You got Guerrero's not in it. You got Polar Bear Pete. Matt Olson from the A's. Trey Mancini from the Orioles. I'm doing this off the top of my head. Salvi
I'm gonna go with
Perez
Trey
from the
because he's
from
on my
the
fantasy team
Royals.
and he had cancer and he battled back. Trey
Yeah,
Mancini, my guy.
big Mancini fan.
I like it. Good story.
I know.
I'm
Isn't
just-
Tatis in it?
No.
No.
Nope. So far, I just know it's Alonso, Otani, Olsen, Perez,
Let's get
Mancini.
Elliott on it. What do we pay you for? Get
Yeah,
off your
Elliott, what the
ass.
fuck? I might go with Polar Bear to run it back to back.
Yeah,
That'd be
I'll
nice.
just go with Tony, even though I don't know if he will, because a lot of his home runs are like.
Where's the
know,
All-Star game in Colorado?
Yeah, the
Colorado.
ball's gonna fly, but the
Oh,
only thing
that should
about
be fun.
Otani is the left field wall is way higher than the right
Yeah,
field
it
wall,
is
and I feel
high.
like in the home run derby when you're gassed, those wall scrapers are gonna come into play a little
I have a
bit.
few that you forgot. Trevor's Story, Salvador
Yes.
Perez, if you said them.
I did.
Okay.
I just said Salvi
That was
instead of
Trevor's Story
Salvador.
was one I definitely heard.
Damn.
And by the way, by the time I'm always, and I have more time than ever, so let that be put into what I'm about to say. I found out about the All-Star voting and results and how to vote when the results came out for the first time.
Yeah.
Me
in
too.
my
Well, I say this all the time. MLB sucks.
And
Yeah,
I,
they're the
I used
worst.
I used to have to go to the game to punch my ticket for my All-Star ballot back in the day when I was younger. So like I know about the
Yeah.
grassroots way to vote somebody. The first time I see it here, and we do things on the pod, social media, and I do things in my personal life. And that was like the first time I really realized that it was time for the All-Star game.
Yep.
I
That's
agree.
crazy.
They are
Like
the
we say
absolute
all-
worst at promoting their players.
It doesn't help
Like
that
we
the
say all the
Yankees
time.
were terrible during this last
The
stretch.
MLB is the worst marketing. They have the worst marketing department I've ever seen.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like Ben's vibe right now.
Me.
Chilling.
Yeah.
Notice how it's still light here in Iowa.
He's still out. He wishes that B Wonders was him putting his fist on the table.
Wait,
and
you have something for
arguing
B
about
Wonders.
cannabis and racing or
I do.
track.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been be wondering this whole episode.
No, you said something to me. You said something to me on Friday, and I was like, "You need to save that for B Wonders."
B Wonder in this.
Bro,
all.
I don't remember. Yeah. What was it?
Damn, I don't know.
All right, Gravy, do you have any more topics or
Yes.
shout outs or anything like that?
Yeah, I just want to shout out my grandfather, the one and only Gil Hodges. In 1962, on this day, he hit his 370th final home run as a player.
Ooh, that's solid
The
number.
Cardinals, a team that I
Very
think we
solid
all
number.
hate.
Yes.
So
I mean, I do.
yeah, just
Still not in the Hall of Fame. Get the boy
Hey,
in.
this year's the year.
Is it the last year? Ready?
Yeah.
Eligible?
Yep,
Let's go.
But there's
Let's,
been more
get this
talk this
trending.
year than any other
We gotta
year.
get
So
fucking
Yeah, that's-
hashtag.
we gotta flood the streets because that's how things get changed nowadays. You know, you say it on
For
Twitter,
sure.
you get an uprising, and let's fucking
make
go.
sure you follow the Gil Hodges #4, the Hall of Fame on IG.
There you go. What do you got for us, Ben? And the show.
Nothing. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Absolutely fucking
I'm trying to think of what the B Wonder was. I don't remember.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
We'll save it for next time if you want. We always got
Yeah.
time now.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I was gonna say any shout outs? I don't got any shout outs.
I'm really mad I
23
can't
more working
remember it
days,
either.
But
What do you
Yeah,
got?
23 more working days for Ben until he's off till Christmas.
Hey, let's
There
get
you go.
it. Only shout out I really got that I can think of off the top of my dome, besides like famous people. Shout out my parents for putting up with my ass for the month I've been down here in South Florida, living at the house.
Oh my God.
My dad did a freaking phenomenal job on the pool. It looks really, really nice. It looks like it should be in Parkland and not in Boca. And shout out Chris Paul, man. That moment he had with Monty Williams was pretty awesome after they got to the finals. So he deserves it. I hope they win just because of him.
Respect. Some DMs that we got are questions. Shout out Kiki for bringing up the Sha'Carri news. Oh, she also wanted us to best worst hurricane memories, which in South Florida is supposed to be a big hurricane. Bitch, that was nothing.
Yeah,
ain't no
Never worried about
hurricane.
hurricanes.
I'm really interested in hearing
Going to the
Ben's top
media,
5 on
why
that.
it's profitable and all that.
My
Ben.
top
I
5
don't wanna
hurricane.
shoot off,
Yeah, your
but
top 5 hurricane
Right.
moments, Ben.
I don't know if I have 5, but I do have one.
Oh,
And
snap.
it's when Kanye said George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Only thing I
I will
remember
say,
about-
oh, go ahead.
only thing I really remember about hurricanes as a jit was when these big ass trees fell down in my neighborhood, and my brother and I used to climb them. And then one time I got home and there was no power, and my brother was freaking doing curls with milk jugs.
Fort David, my guy.
I was like, bro, what are you doing right now?
I did not have power for 2 weeks when Wilma hit. Do you remember
Man.
just riding the good old longboard around with the bros back in the day?
I was in New York, New Jersey in Hurricane Sandy. That was pretty intense. People died.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go to New York that weekend. It hit, and then we ended up staying because of the weather.
Man, that was crazy. That was probably the worst one, probably since I was a kid that I don't remember. But in my adult life, that was pretty wild. But
Yeah.
the media, bro. Yeah,
Hey,
make
wait a
sure you
minute.
have food. Don't go to the store and buy 3 loaves of bread. Like, come on,
For
what you
real.
Yeah.
doing? You're
You
like
only
they're
buy 2
telling
and
you
you freeze one.
exactly what to do. Freak out, go to the store, spend money. Genius.
Yeah. I do have a number 2 hurricane moment. The derecho last year. That was pretty wild. But that's about it.
All right, bet. Shout out Lawler. He listens to the pod when he's working, and hopefully his employer isn't listening, but
Who?
you watch him a little
Lawler.
bit. Lawler's over there
Jesus
fucking scooping
Christ.
balls.
Lawler
Doing
hears
his thing. I
Scooping
respect it.
balls.
Yo,
Boss.
Lawler hears the episode 3 weeks later. He's on episode 15
Yeah,
right
he-
now.
He'll
Yeah.
DM and like text, but I might get a
Episode
job there.
16's downloading on his phone right now.
Yeah, right. I might have to get a job there too. But
Yeah, you should just become a starter, bro.
I mean, you can work there and do whatever you want. Shout out Angela. Went to high school with her. New follower of the pod. She's gonna listen to this. Wanted a shout out from her. And basically, Britney Spears gone wild. Still continued. I don't know why people still care about her and think they know about her life that is relevant. Oh, free
Have
her.
you-
This is bullshit. This is
also-
an uprising. It's like you don't know what the fuck she's doing. She could be doing this as a ploy to attempt to get more money to come in. I don't know how you feel about that, Ben.
I mean, have you ever looked at like her Instagram videos? She seems like a big weirdo. So
Who?
Britney
Britney
Spears.
Britney Spears. There's
Oh.
so much to do with that. People coming out like
Yeah.
reposting it, like all the girls. Like
Here's what I think about it. Here's
So-
here's what I think about it. I
no.
don't give a fuck. So sorry.
All right, cool.
So you're not gonna repost
Yeah,
a
you're not
free
gonna
Britney on
repost.
your Instagram.
Yeah. Not no.
Nah, never.
Turn no. What was it say?
I do have one more shout out I
Yep.
forgot about.
Nope.
Are you saying go or yo?
I'm saying go.
Although she may have not had air conditioning in her apartment 3 or 4 years ago, Evan is opening up her own juice bar place, I guess you can call it, in the city.
All right,
In
bet.
New York
Stairway to
City.
Juice Bar.
It's called the Liquid Boutique.
Please.
I am in
Yeah.
contract discussions of having a drink named after me,
Does it have AC?
Okay.
preferably with mango. I will need to ask her, but in order to keep the juices cold, I would imagine
We should
that there
have a
needs to be
utility
some type of
player.
AC.
Get the utility
Utility
juice.
players.
Utility juice. I like
Need
that.
that utility
Yeah,
juice.
Hey, I like that.
New business in New York City, and at least it's got a good good vibe as far as
Yeah.
being healthy. So definitely support that. We'll have on Small Business Saturday shout out for
Yep.
sure. That's basically it, boys. Episode 22.
Damn,
We can edit on
22.
that.
2.
We made it
Yeah. Love it.
to the 20s.
All
Huh?
right,
I remember
See
when
you
I was 22.
23. MJ.
Dude, when I was
LeBron.
22, I got my second public intox. So that's what I remember about my 26.
Hey, there was one night I was in Delray, and I thought I was going to get a public intoxication thing because I was absolutely drunk out of my mind.
Well,
And I was with Heck, and pretty sure he was peeing behind a dumpster, and I was just standing in the middle of the parking lot eating a slice of pizza, minding my own business. and there was a cop in his car, but with the lights off, probably eating a slice of pizza too. And he just turned on his light and he was like, "Hey, don't drop the pizza." And I had no idea what was going on, and I almost dropped the pizza because I was nervous.
Heck Van Vliet.
Don't talk to me about your could have been public intoxes. Talk to me when you got one.
The goals never get one.
Yeah,
Don't ever get one.
Let's end it on that. 22. 23.
Peace.